All right, let's get right into it. When we think about mythology, our minds usually jump to these gods on distant golden thrones, right? But honestly, some of the best legends are about the heroes who live right down here among us. And today, that's exactly what we're digging into. The story of Erlang Shen, a legendary warrior god in Chinese folklore, and his sworn brothers who are the guardians of this small town called Guangkou. So our story kicks off with this just bone-chilling premonition from our hero. It's a perfectly beautiful summer day, the sky is clear, but Erlang Shen looks up and just feels that something is fundamentally wrong. That one line immediately tells you these guys aren't just muscle. They have this incredible, deep connection to the world they're sworn to protect. So let's set the scene a little. Before that sky cracks open, we're dropped right into this lazy, peaceful afternoon at Erlang Shen's place. And this is not some cold, heavenly palace. No, it feels more like the bustling, lively home of a band of brothers, just filled with energy and camaraderie. Okay, so picture this. The leader, Erlang Shen, he is totally absorbed in a chess game. But all around him, his brothers are just a whirlwind of activity. You've got two of them sparring out in the sun, another is, well, clumsily butchering some priceless orchids, and the whole courtyard is just filled with their laughter and friendly insults. They might be gods, sure, but in this moment, they're just brothers, kicking back on a day off. And this is kind of like the team's character sheet. You've got Erlang Shen, the sharp, powerful leader. Then there's Kang Anyu, the impatient brawler. Yeah, he's the one who was just destroying those flowers. And you can just feel the pure power coming off of Yao Gonglin, the team's powerhouse. See, each one has their own specialty, but the real key here, the thing that defines the whole group, is that last line, unwavering loyalty. And bam, just like that, the peace is absolutely shattered. Erlang Shen's bad feeling becomes this terrifying reality. The whole story just takes this incredibly sudden, violent turn. That lazy afternoon? Yeah, that's officially over. And just look how fast this all happens. We go from a perfect sunny day to a complete catastrophe in less time than it takes for an incense stick to burn down. It's insane. The sky is blotted out like a switch was flipped, and then the mountains themselves actually start to fall apart. This isn't just a bad storm, it is a full-on cataclysm. And here is what really cranks up the stakes: the human cost. This disaster isn't happening out in some empty wilderness. Hundreds of villagers were out collecting herbs in Qingfeng Gorge, and now they are trapped directly in the path of these landslides and flash floods. I mean, their lives are literally hanging by a thread. But of course, this is where our heroes come in. This moment of crisis is exactly what they live for. All that casual, laid-back energy is gone in an instant. It's replaced by the pure focus and intensity of warriors answering the call. Just try to imagine the sheer terror. An old man and his grandson are about to be completely wiped out by a wall of mud and rock. Then, in that final moment of despair, a silver spear, Erlang Shen's signature weapon, comes flying down from the sky. It slams into the ground right in front of them and explodes into a golden shield that just parts this deadly tide. It's pure salvation, delivered in a flash of divine light. But just saving two people isn't going to cut it. Erlang Shen thinks on a massive scale. He's not just going to fight the disaster, he's going to perform surgery on it. I mean, look at this plan. First, shield the people. Then, using this incredible power called the Law of Heaven and Earth, which basically lets him reshape the physical world, he literally rips the peak off a distant mountain. And then, he uses that entire mountain peak like a giant cork to plug the landslide right at its source. It's an absolutely mind-blowing display of both power and precision. Now, while the boss is literally moving mountains, the rest of the Brotherhood is running this flawless, coordinated rescue on the ground. This isn't chaos, it's a well-oiled machine. You've got Kang Anyu yanking villagers away from the slide. His impatience is a good thing now. Yao Gonglin's just tossing giant boulders aside like they're pebbles to clear paths. The more agile guys, Guashen and Jijian, they're wading through floodwaters, pulling desperate people right off of rooftops. And even their dog, Xiao Tianquan, the heavenly hound, is on the job, sniffing out anyone who might be buried alive under the mud. And this one moment, this really captures the spirit of the whole thing. The hound finds a mother who's shielding her baby under the wreckage of a house. And Guashen, one of the super strong heroes, doesn't just smash his way in. No, he gently lifts this massive beam and so carefully carries them both out. It's that perfect combination of immense power and just profound tenderness.
So after hours and hours of this intense struggle, the storm finally breaks. The battle is won. But what happens next isn't some grand ceremony or a divine parade. It's actually something much more telling. Just a quiet, humble return home.
And the result? 312 lives saved. Not a single person was lost. That is a complete and total success. Their mission as Guardians was fulfilled perfectly.
But look at how they come back. They don't look like shining gods. They look like exhausted construction workers after a brutal shift. Their clothes are ripped to shreds. Their hands are raw and bloody from moving rocks and debris. And that's so important. They physically shared in the struggle of the mortal world they fought so hard to protect. And this quote from King on You, the tough brawler, of all people, it just gets right to the heart of why they do what they do. They're not in this for heavenly glory or a bunch of medals. Their real reward is something deeply, deeply human. The look of pure gratitude in the eyes of someone they just saved. That connection means more to them than any award heaven could ever offer. So, this all brings us to the core idea of the story, right? Why is this legend so powerful? Why does it stick with us? It's not just about the cool feats of strength. It's about the philosophy behind their actions, the true meaning of what it is to be a guardian. Which really makes you ask the big question, doesn't it? These guys have the power of actual gods. They could demand worship, they could be famous across the world. But they don't want any of it. They save the day, and then they just go home. So why? I think this comparison here, it really nails it. Up in heaven, they're known as these unruly, rebellious war gods. But down here on earth, they are the most reliable protectors you could ever imagine. So their true identity isn't defined by some fancy heavenly title. It's defined by what they do, right here on the ground. They don't answer to some distant cosmic order. They answer directly to human need. You could call this whole concept hidden heroism. And it's this really romantic, powerful ideal, the idea of a guardian who doesn't stand above everyone else, but lives right there among them. They protect people from the shadows, not for fame or glory, but out of this genuine personal sense of responsibility for the world they've chosen to call home. And it all comes back to this one simple but incredibly profound statement from Erlang Shen. When he's asked why he does all this, why he endures it, his answer is just, this is the mortal world. And that's not a complaint. It's a declaration of purpose. They choose to be here. They choose to be part of all of it, its beauty and its struggles. They find their meaning not in the heavens, but right here, on the ground, with the people they protect. And it kind of leaves you wondering, what really makes a hero great? Is it the power they have, or is it the world they choose to serve?